comes from usually if you guys have a health physicist, a lot of them use this standardized form. But it basically has all of your quality control information on here. So notice it says the first thing is your radiopharmaceuticals that you receive every day. So your servometer calibration was checked, so that's your constancy and your battery check, so it's okay. And then you do a wipe test. Notice we measure we do it at the surface and at 1 meter, plus you also do a wipe test, and then you also monitor background. Okay. Stuff that you're sending back to the pharmacy, you monitor to make sure that it's at an acceptable level, usually around background levels. Okay? Or if you hold on to it and you dispose of it in the regular trash, then you do that. Okay, down here, now this is not a daily accuracy check. Okay, that's one thing this is a daily constancy check. The daily constancy, remember I said that the cobalt represents technetium, the cesium represents what? What radiopharmaceutical does that represent? Okay, molybdenum. What does barium-133 represent? Okay, iodine-131. So if you are using iodine-131, it would be good to have this barium there. And then if you have any other radionuclides that you use, but typically the cobalt and the cesium are the two that are basically required. What you're supposed to do with that information is that they also give you what they call the dose calibrator and channel check information here. Let me just pull this back a little bit so you can see what we're looking at here. Okay, basically you notice that it has a date over here, so July 1st, and then it has the year, and then it has what the activity is stated as far as the calibrated activity. And then here's your range of plus or minus 5%. Remember, that's a California standard. And if you're monitoring the same source all the time, then it shouldn't vary by more than plus or minus 5%. But when I get a dose in from the radiopharmacy, that is a new dose. So that's one that I haven't monitored before. So that's why we're allowed plus or minus 10%. Okay? But this is a source that I have at my hot lab. I monitor it every day, so it should be within plus or minus 5%. And you notice that I have over here the decay. So as it decays, I change my plus or minus 5%. So I put my measured activity in here, and so long as it doesn't exceed that plus or minus 5%, I'm good. California is plus or minus 5%. Anywhere else would be 10%. Up here, here's the serial number of my source. Okay, this is my cobalt source. When I bought it, it had 6 millicuries in it. Because remember, it's supposed to represent technetium. Most of our technetium doses are about 5 or 6 millicuries. Now the bone scan and your system maybe are the higher doses. But most of the other stuff that we use is about 5 or 6 millicuries. Over here is my cesium. Typically it's going to be somewhere around 100 microcuries. So I've got cobalt over here, and I've got cesium over here, and there's how I do that for my constancy check every day. The channel check. Okay, now remember, on the channel check, this is typically where we're measuring the cesium source, but we're checking the different isotope settings on your dose calibrator. Of course, it's not going to be the same. Like for technetium, it might measure, 150 microcuries. If I put it on 123, it might measure 170 microcuries. So it's going to measure different numbers here, but on a day-to-day basis, they shouldn't vary by more than plus or minus 5%. Now, this isn't an NRC requirement or any other type of legal requirement to have to do, but when the state comes out there to inspect you, they love to see that. They're not going to be as harsh on you if they see this is all empty, but it's sitting there right on your thing, and then your initial. Okay, go get some lunch.